Come on, Grayson. Come on. We're almost home. Come. Walk with Daddy. Good boy. Good boy. Get up, Grayson. Come on. Good boy. Good boy, my Daddy. Well, you see, I'm a purist, and I actually got into decolorizing because I'm a purist. You know how a few decades ago, Hollywood filmmakers during the black and white era were fighting to prevent their films that they made from being colorized? That really spoke to me when I learned of that. It hit me right here in my left ventricle. It did. So, the first time that I saw a historical photograph that had been colorized, I felt like that was wrong. I felt very strongly that that was wrong. And I believe that a decolorized photograph is of the epileptic importance to historical preservation.
Epileptic? I don't think you're using that word right. Do you mean something else, maybe?
What do you mean?
Well, epileptic means a person who has epilepsy, which is a medical condition causing a person to have seizures of varied severity depending on the kind of epilepsy.
Oh, you thought I said epileptic. Of course I know what epileptic means. I said eclectic, meaning very important, you know. Well, anyway, that's how I got into my decolorization art, restoring historical photographs. I only drink black tea with white cream. I don't touch green tea. I don't touch chai tea. Whoever thought of making green tea? Tea is not supposed to have color. It's despicable, really.
Graham, would you mind showing us a bit of the process of decolorizing a photograph?
Oh, not at all. Oh, as it turns out, I'm actually right in the middle of a piece right now. I'm decolorizing a photo of a musical artist by the name of Lil Xanax, I believe. And I just use this tool right here, and I drain pixel by pixel, just little clusters of pixels at a time. I drain them of their color. What do I like to do in my spare time when I'm not editing my photos? I actually really like to play Pokemon Go. Here, I caught a Mr. Mime, it's pretty cool here.
Recently, Graham has been creating a form of decolorizing and deshading, a laborious process where first he drains an image of its color, then he eliminates all shadows and shading.
I was going through a rough patch, and, well, my wife had just miscarried a child that wasn't mine and asked for a divorce, and I thought, well, if I can't take the darkness out of my life, I could take it out of my photography. And that's how I created this new form of art I'm told that I am the father of. Of course, I don't let the accolades go to my head. So, this is my most famous piece. It's Stonehenge at Night. I have a canvas print of it that my publicist sent me. This is a sunbathing sparrow. I made this one rather recently. And then my most recent print, of course I don't think I have to explain this one, it speaks for itself. I like this one a good bit. This one I think came out very nicely. It's a penguin in a snowstorm. It might actually be familiar to most people because it started to gain some traction in the art world. And I actually started another new form of art. And I'm really proud of this. First, I drain the image of all color. Then, I drain the shading. And then, I drain it of its opacity. This one I believe came out very nice. This is my first work in this field. And this one actually came out better. It's Winston Churchill doing a swan dive. It was a very difficult photograph to find, and of course it had been colorized, so completely got rid of that copy that existed, and I made this one. I believe that it's a much better form for the photo to exist in. I love fall. I love how the leaves turn brown, because brown is just so similar to gray. Everything gets darker, and then the snow starts to fall, and there's just this beautiful light white contrasting with the dark, dark black sky at night. Oh, what is this? Ugh. My neighbors threw their ball over the yard on accident. This is what's wrong with colors. Do you see how ugly this ball is? So bright, covering up the white underneath. It's disgusting. I'm not giving it back to them. That's what they get for having an ugly ball.